I'm gonna hide this tape when I'm finished. If none of us make it, at least there'll be some kind of record. Storm's been hitting us hard now for 48 hours. We still have nothing to go on. Nobody trusts anybody now. And we're all very tired.
Antarctica, winter, 1982. An American research station, the National Science Institute Station No. 4, takes in a sled dog from a nearby Norwegian scientific expedition that came to grief. Unbeknownst to the American crew, this dog was in fact an alien parasite, a hostile organism that came to infect the group, one by one. It first became an apparent threat once the parasite was locked in alone in the station's kennel with the other dogs. Believing itself to be alone with these other life forms, the parasite began what can be best described as an assimilation process, infecting, replicating, and absorbing its host. This process seems to require some time to fully achieve the desired result, as the parasite's activities in the kennel were discovered before it could finalize this assimilation. During this process, especially when interrupted and threatened, the creature, this thing, is highly unstable, with the host reacting very violently and going into convulsions during assimilation. The thing, in its defensive state, seems to search for any kind of portion of the host that has been taken over for useful attributes in attacking threats. Somewhere in this organism's genetic memory, its past hosts, claws, eyes, tentacles, teeth from other humanoids or animals, flora and fauna, anything it may have encountered in its time in the galaxy, and anything it may seem to conjure up in its panic. As with other hostile alien monsters we've seen, mankind's oldest gift from the gods, fire, seems effective enough in fending off the thing. The team's biologist Blair tried his best to make sense of this creature that they encountered and offered an explanation as to what exactly it may be. He described it as an organism that imitates other life forms, and it imitates them perfectly. When this thing attacked our dogs, it tried to digest them, absorb them, and in the process shape its own cells to imitate them. In search for further answers, the station helicopter pilot, R.J. McCready, led a party to investigate the Norwegian base. There they found only death and another specimen of the thing. The research data at the base led to the discovery of a spacecraft, partially exhumed from the ice after what is estimated to be close to 100,000 years. It seems the Norwegians had dug up the spacecraft, thawed out the alien specimen buried deep within the ice, and when it woke up, it was not in the best of moods. One may also wonder if this alien was the pilot of the ship, or if it was the cargo. Blair wrote further on what he came to understand of the organism, keeping notes and insights into the creature. It could have imitated 1 million life forms on 1 million planets, could change into any one of them at any time. Now, it wants life forms on Earth. It needs to be alone and in close proximity with a life form to be absorbed. The chameleon strikes in the dark. Blair, feeding data into his computer, projected that should this alien organism reach civilization, the entire Earth's population could be infected within 27,000 hours. With the potential to infect, sample, and wipe out the human race so swiftly, the thing could even be considered a biological weapon if used by someone who may have some idea of how to use it. Not too much unlike chemical A0-3959X.91, discovered by the crew of Peter Weyland's scientific research ship the Prometheus when the pathogen is discovered on LV-233. Dr. Elizabeth Shaw also makes an apocalyptic projection that should the engineer beings handling this chemical successfully bring it to Earth, it would spell certain destruction for the planet, and all life on it. Later, on Planet 4, once inhabited by engineers, David, the android, puts his theory to the test, effectively and swiftly wiping out the entire population. To be sure, a violent and terrifying death for all involved, but the black goo held further potential to be discovered. In David's studies on the planet, the android explains that this primordial ooze is rife with advanced nanoparticles, operating off an algorithm based on evolutionary computing. It is essentially a form of radical AI, he explains, making the substance unbelievably chaotic. David understands this black goo as a tool, and he uses it as such in his own engineering during his years marooned on the planet. We have seen creatures emerge from this so-called ooze other than the Xenomorph, the Trilobite, the Deacon, and, of course, the Neomorph. Could the Thing have some kind of relation to the pathogen? Could the pathogen and the Thing share some kind of parentage somewhere down the line? In the same sense that the Xenomorph organism has origins with the pathogen, this accelerant can be tailored and engineered to create the ovomorph and facehugger within. The hugger delivers a form of the pathogen to its host once attached, feeding the makings of the adult xenomorph through an ovipositor. The finding and infecting of a host is crucial in the beginning stages of each of these aliens' survival. Even when specifically not based in the origins of the pathogen, long before the Prometheus and Covenant missions, it has been theorized that the xenomorph embryo isn't actually implanted. Rather, it is formed through the host's DNA, as a result of the facehugger depositing a kind of tumor in the host's chest cavity, consisting of specifically tailored cancers that bring about a restructuring of the host cells. Essentially, the facehugger inserts a malignant growth that causes the host body to assemble the chestburster at a cellular level from its own biological material. The gestating alien absorbs organic material from the host, breaking it down at a molecular level and forming new compounds. Cell mutation occurs. Some kind of DNA assimilation takes place, as the resulting xenomorph's final form depends on the host. We've seen the xenomorph born of a human host, and also of animal hosts, which does indeed affect the organism's appearance, behavior, and mobility. For example, xenomorphs born of quadrupedal animals appear quadrupedal in their final form as well. The host is at least partially mimicked, and much like the Thing, the xenomorph parasite takes what it needs from the host to survive, and for some time, at least, is even able to hide inside its host, undetected. Man is the warmest place to hide. Do you think there could be a relation between the Thing and the xenomorph, originating with the pathogen and there being some kind of missing link down the evolutionary process of this organism? It's been theorized that the Thing has assimilated alien beings from countless other worlds. Could the Thing also be able to, quote, collect a xenomorph specimen? Or if there is some kind of relation, not to mention the acidic blood of the xenomorph, would the two just not be compatible? Comment below and let me know what you think. As always, I'd like to thank you very much for watching. I really appreciate it, and if you enjoyed this video, please make sure to give it a like, and you can also subscribe for all the latest videos from the channel. A very, very special thanks goes out to WEYLAND YUTANI executives, EmYarUk and Lady Anne, part of our Patreon Hive. If you'd like to join the Hive and support the channel, check out my Patreon page for exclusive posts and contests. In the meantime, you can catch up with Alien Theory over social media. Follow @alien_theory on Twitter and @alientheoryyt on Facebook and Instagram for more. And until next time, this is Alien Theory, signing off.